Hey, FanboyNation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
We're watching Fanboy.
A fanboy, etc.
FanboyNation.
Dot, I assume Tom.
We are talking to Coach Campanelli and Kandi Krush of Top Tier, two WoW superheroes and mega superstars. I need one of those tracksuits.
Hey, if you want to come get a tracksuit, you got to be part of Top Tier, and you got to be ready to train with Coach's training regimen.
And
All
listen, the training never stops, RC. I've been in training camps before for boxing, but the Top Tier training is unrivaled, and that's why we're so great. So you better be ready and come correct.
All right, maybe a second tier like tracksuit instead. You know, we'll go from there at that point.
All right, maybe we can just get you a jacket.
Yeah, we'll go with
Maybe
the jacket.
you can be our new water boy.
Now, I've seen how you treated your water girls, so I'm not in the mood to turn into Ariel Sky at this point.
You know, anything that happened to Ariel Sky, she brought that upon herself. So
Everyone on the team's got to put in the work. So,
you know, well, Top Tier is doing some great things. The new season of WoW is starting on September 14th, which we're absolutely excited for. You know, WoW has had its ebb and flow since 2001. The syndication has been fantastic. Fan reaction has been great. The shows are always sold out. What's it like when you get to keep coming back and performing for an audience like this and making sure that, you know, they understand who Top Tier really is?
oh, we never miss an opportunity to tell people who Top Tier is. And that is what's really exciting too, because the fans are always so engaged. They're so hyped, which is amazing. I mean, wrestling fans in general are some of the best sports fans, but the WoW fans are superior. It's amazing. And we're
And
really
I'm honestly, I'm not surprised that the fans keep coming back and that we gain new fans every day and that we're sold out, because they're smart. Our fans are very smart to not miss out on Top Tier's greatness and the greatness that is on the rest of the roster in the locker room. You know, it's filled with greatness. They're just not the greatest like we are. So if you want to see the greatest team in all professional wrestling, like you said, you can see the debut this Saturday, September 14th, which we have a huge announcement. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, finally, David McLane is listening to Coach, because we are turning the Trio Tag Team Tournament trophy into the first ever WoW World Trio Tag Team Championship belts.
Let's go!
New belts debuting on WoW. David McLane knows what he's doing. I tell David this, if I ever need an acronym, he's the guy I'm coming to. He started with Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling that gave us GLOW. He gave us WoW Women of Wrestling. Anytime I'll ever need an acronym, David's the first guy I got to call.
That's smart. Yeah.
And the guy knows how to do things. Unfortunately, there's no more payphones, so, you know, he can't be hiding out there as his office anymore. But I'm pretty sure he's still got a burner phone at this point.
Well,
Maybe.
we don't have time to pay attention to what David McLane does. He is making some smart moves, like we said, with the belts. But I take my cues from Coach. And, you know, I've gotten a lot of Coach tips, as well as Glitter has, being on part of Top Tier. So you're also just going to see elevated wrestling. We're coming back with a whole new type of vibe. Top Tier is a take no prisoners team. And, you know, she taught us that the training is never done and the job is never done. So we're going to just keep coming. We are an unstoppable force.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Coach, here's a coaching question for you before we get into what your next statement was. We got Gloria Glitter, that is the queen of aerobics, that has, you know, what is it? Cardio for days. We got Kandi Krush with the hands and the footwork. How do we balance these out in the training and mix the two?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a strong team has to know each other's strengths and weaknesses too. So I wouldn't say I love pitting them against each other, but I love using them to challenge each other, because that is what healthy competition is, right? Using each other to lift each other up by trying to best each other. So Top Tier, that's what makes us so great. We're always trying to improve ourselves and be the best, not only as a team, but as individuals. So, you know, it's interesting you asked that, because now that we are the Trio Tag Team Champions in title as well, we are, you know, it's an interesting dynamic to try to use our team. Not only are we a well-oiled machine, but we watch tape. We watch a tape of our opponents as well, because wrestling is just as much a mental game as it is a physical one. And, we're going to have a lot of people coming after us for these belts. So not all of the roster is a trio tag team. So some teams are, some people wrestle trio tag teams. Easier to get to know them and their dynamic as a team, but to get to know other wrestlers who maybe are joining together for the first time, it's a little bit harder to know what they're going to expect and what they're going to do. So finding the strengths in Krush and the strengths in Glitter and the strengths in myself and utilizing those at the right time against the right opponent and kind of working on the fly. You can go in with a game plan, but you never know what's going to happen in the ring. So that is always an interesting dynamic, and I love playing with those in training.
I dig it. Krush, the arrogance matches the talent, but how do you not underestimate your opponents and let them get that upper hand, especially with, Ariel and Team Spirit and a couple of the other girls coming your way?
There was a calibrating period when I came into top tier, but that was season 2. We're on season 3 now. So first of all, I want to say one thing. It's not arrogance if you can back it up. It's confidence, and that's confidence with a K, like Krush. But also on top of that, Coach has instilled a lot of her knowledge. She's the brains, I'm the brawn, but she's giving me some of her brains. So in season 3, I'm going to be a whole different type of wrestler. It's like Custom Auto did to Mike Tyson. Broke him all the way down and built him all the way back up into just a monster. So we're going to come in with that energy, and all I have to do is take what I've learned in training and listen to Coach while we're in there. Like she said, it's on the fly. You never know what's going to happen. I go in ready to rumble every time, and I say I will fight anybody. I'll beat them too. And with Coach's help, you're just going to see that. We're an unstoppable force, like I said, and we're just going to keep winning. That is what top tier is all about, being the top and winning. And that's what Coach harps on us every day in training. We are winners. You're just going to keep seeing us win.
Well, it's about time that WoW brought in a trios championship. So it's beautiful to see that it went to the first and most deserving team of it all. As everything comes about, we don't get a sneak peek today of the belts. We got to wait till Saturday, but you've already seen them. How often are you shining those babies up?
I mean,
every single day.
Finger oils, you can't let those degrade the medals.
The belts are a representation of our greatness, and they can be nothing but top tier. So, we make sure that they shine bright just like we do every single day.
Mm-hmm. Season 3 is leveling up on so many levels. I mean, of course. We are top tier, so we're already leveled to the max, but sometimes you can kind of squidge it up a little bit more. So we are always improving ourselves as well. And just like WoW to top tier, WoW is improving as well too. Like, I don't know if Krush mentioned this before, but we're debuting a whole new stage, a whole new look, and we're really excited about the awesomeness that's coming.
In a whole new arena.
Yeah, everybody's everybody's really trying to level up too. Obviously, they can't be as great as top tier, but this Saturday we also have our main event, which is Penelope Pink versus Princess Aussie for the top contender spot. I think we all know who I'm going to be rooting for in that match. But good luck to the both of them. And one day I'm sure that top tier will be holding all the belts within our faction.
Well, there are the tag titles. There is the world title. So it'd be interesting to see all 6 belts with top tier.
Yeah, that would be fitting. Not interesting. It'd be fitting. It's where they belong.
All right. We'll put it at fitting. We'll give it to Krush with this one because I'm going to back her up because she's hugged me before and my rib is still floating.
Let's go. You know what? I have to say, you are an OG Krush fan, and I have to commend you on that. You are one of the smart ones. You recognize my greatness, right out of the gate, and you're still rocking with me. So I have to say, greatness recognizes greatness. I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm trying to stay humble because you're the show. I'm the one just bringing it to the masses in this regard. So it's all about top tier today.
That's true. And, bringing it to the fans, if you want to watch this season premiere on Saturday, September 14th, you can go to wowie.com, check your local listings, because we are in every market in the United States and we have a global footprint. So even outside of the United States, you might be able to watch us, as well as a 24/7 channel on Pluto TV now, which is amazing. We're also on Vice TV on Tuesdays. So.
And on
That's
top of
right.
that, everywhere else, you have some WoW girls going to the San Antonio Mission game. WoW has had presence prior at LA Comic-Con, which is also coming up. There's so many places that you can meet these WoW superheroes that you don't need to just watch them on TV. Come down to the arena in Glendale for the next tapings when those will be announced, and make sure to meet your trio's champions.
Absolutely.
And like you said, you don't need to just see it on TV, but you should watch it on TV and come see it live, because it's a different energy, you know? So you should do both, really.
Well, you know me, I like to come to the arena to watch the matches live, and then I like to go home and listen to the color commentary just to see sometimes the bit of nonsense that Nigel brings to the conversation. You know, he is.
Do you think it's Nigel that brings the nonsense? I think you're playing nice. We can just say it. David brings some nonsense too.
Well, David's the big boss, so we got to be a little bit nicer to David than Nigel.
Do we? David's starting to listen to Coach, as he should. So David is smart, but I don't know. I listen to Coach. Coach is my North Star, so that's all I need to know.
All right. How soon does David McLane get a satin jacket then?
Listen, he's got a lot of matches to put together for us before that becomes a thing. But he did make a big leap forward with these belts, I will say.
Right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing the belts. We're excited to see the color scheme with everything that's going on. You know, the tag titles are silver, the world title is gold. We got to make sure that the trios title stands out on their own, because the belt designs have always been great with WoW. So we can't wait to see what the new one what the new one gives us. Are you still going to be carrying the trophy around as well?
I have let the trophy go to its permanent home on my trophy case and wall. So, you know, there's not a lot of room over there, but I keep opening up other spaces of the house for that. So that gets to have its own home, and now we will just maintain the trio tag team belts.
They're easier to travel with.
They are, yeah.
Well, they're heavy.
David always makes heavy belts.
Because they're real. That is real greatness. Yeah, and we have the shoulders to hold them up.
Yep, always a training opportunity, even with the belts.
You're carrying the division, you're carrying the belts, you're carrying the entire trios championships and all your competitors on your shoulders. It's very Atlas of you at this point. Ladies, before I let you go, because I know you have a very long press day today, and we're reminding everybody that the season premiere for season 3 is on September 14th. Check your local listings. Also, wowie.com. Where can we find the two of you on social media if we want to connect with you and follow in the footsteps of Top Tier?
That's right, as you should. I'm on Instagram and X at Kandi Krush _wow. That's KandiKrush.
I am at Coach Campanelli _wow on Instagram, CAMPANELLI, or at Coach Campanelli on X. And then you can also follow at Wow Superheroes on Instagram and X as well.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for your time. Coach, next time we get together, you're going to have to give me some improvements on, you know, some of my weaker spots when it comes to lifting. Krush,
I'll definitely give you some homework.
All right, I appreciate it, Krush. Let me breathe next time you give me a hug, because, you know, that's kind of important so we can do this for season 4.
I can't make any promises.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.